Congratulations, you figured out how to time travel back to 2013, and do you want to know what you win as a prize? Nostalgia! As kids, I'm sure we had our fair share of watching death battles every now and then, and loved seeing our video game, anime, and favorite cartoon characters be pitted against each other to see who would reign supreme over one another. It was just plain out fun, am I wrong? Now listen, what if I told you there was a webtoon doing a concept just like this, but instead pitting all those famous cartoon characters we love against each other in a civil war between two cartoon factions? This webtoon will completely consume you, and it will lead you down the rabbit hole of binging media. Sooner or later, you'll start to notice you're starting to become your friendly neighborhood crackhead. It's not what it looks like, I promise. This webtoon covers a variety of cartoon characters like Mickey Mouse, which is a f***ing creeper by the way. Oh man. Scoob and Shag of course, and a husbando, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yes, he is a manly man. Finally. Not sold yet? Okay, give me a few seconds. Let me show you this clip right now.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Today I will be talking about Scoob and Shag. It's a webtoon that starts off as a regular old comic strip for the first few chapters, but starts to let its gory aspect creep in little by little. It's a webtoon full of suspense and horror, but at the same time a comedy thriller that doesn't miss. When it comes to its fight scenes, they are immaculate to a T. Our story really doesn't start until we meet our famous friend, Mickey. Mickey starts to lead Scoob and Shag into an adventure to reveal their past and figure out why they are here on Earth in the first place. Also, while trying to figure out why are these TV characters becoming these horrific biomutant creatures that would be in Resident Evil 9. On top of that, they are also trying to figure out the mystery of why each TV character has a special power that only themselves can use. You might start to think, bro, this is goofy, get this off my screen. Get it? Because, you know, Goofy and TV. Anyways, without spoiling much, I'm telling you the story is going to be far more than what you think it is. It's not just about superpowered TV characters preying on the fear of children. The story explores the psychological message of abusing one's power while trying to find a balance between what's right and wrong. It also even goes as far to talk about the message of finding yourself and if you should even exist in the first place. It's really deep, man. Like it's not goodnight pun type deep, but it's deep enough, you feel me? From a story aspect, I would like to compare it to Attack on Titan. It has that aspect of which side are you going to choose, which side is in the right and wrong. You're gonna want to be rooting for either Scoob, Shag, or the other people that are villains inside of this story. Now you might start to get a bit confused. How does this story have such serious buildup compared to its cartoon-like style? Well, it's a parody of TV and cartoon characters. It is what it wants to be. It's really a crazy story inside and out. So with that being said, welcome to the craziest and wackiest going on crossover cartoon story known as Scoob and Shag. Today I want to give you guys reasons to check out this webtoon and why it's just overall worth your time. I want to start off with providing you insight onto the characters you might see throughout the webtoon, and then the cool ass power system known as Ballyhow, and talk a bit about the humanistic approach to these characters and why you will care for everything throughout the series. Like, I'm talking about going Mary type of crying and guts-like development. Hi, hey, hello. If you didn't know, my name's I'mH, aka Joe. And if you're new here, I have 3 rules. If you don't follow the rules, I'ma feed you to Mickey. Okay, cool. First off, hit that subscribe button. Secondly, hit that like button. And thirdly, hit the bell so you never miss another review on Scoob and Shag or any type of pop culture content. It helps me get boosted into YouTube algorithm, and if you like this video, you'll probably like a lot more on my channel, so let more people see it. Anyways, thank you a lot, and let's get into the video. It goes without saying that seeing cartoon characters in a horrific and serious limelight is such a cool concept that honestly not anyone has done before or even attempted on the scale of Scoob and Shag. Like I stated in my intro, JFK is one of the few wacky characters you'll see in the series. Remember the kid on Cartoon Network that had a mom with the fat ass? Yeah, damn. He is in here too. Or maybe that one guy from Looney Tunes that, oh, he seemed a bit racist, but couldn't be because it was a cartoon. Yup, he's in here too. Or maybe, or just maybe, the king himself, the guy that can one day beat Goku if they were ever to match up one-on-one. Yup, you heard me. I swear to God, Popeye can 10-0 Goku in a matchup. Don't at me and it will be frame 1. Any character from your childhood, whether it be from Disney, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, you could find it on this webtoon. While popular characters on this list would be Bugs Bunny, for example, which looks so freaking cool. The whole mystery gang, Homer, and even Patrick.
Like, honestly, I could go on forever trying to give you guys examples of characters in this series that might surprise you, but to me, personally, that takes out the joy of reading this series and seeing all these new characters or characters you've seen in the past of your childhood that you haven't seen in so long be shown in a different limelight. It kept me guessing into what superpower these characters might end up having.
On the topic of powers, let's talk about them. The Webtoon's power system is quite unique. You can probably find things to compare it to, and it's called Ballyho. It's really interesting and plays a huge role into the plot. Without spoiling much of the story, Ballyho was discovered when cartoons and TV personas started to become relevant in the world of Scoob and Shag. Once people started watching these characters on screen, the TV characters started to feel the energy of the audience, and with that energy, were able to unlock their inner powers. It's really cool because depending on how many people like you or say your name depends on how strong a character you are. So the three types of Ballyho are energy, creating solid objects, and then also recon. So like Swiper or Swipes in this series has this recon ability that allows him to see the weakness point of some characters. So if you'll actually hit that subscribe button and shout I'm Hitch, I can finally fuse with Gohan Blanco. It's been my dream ever since I was young. So now when it comes to the power scaling aspect of it, the more popular you are, the more powerful you're most likely going to be. For example, Bugs Bunny is a powerful character due to his personality and the impact his cartoon had in the world. He has an OD Ballyho. It is called Dead Air. When activated, it creates a loud static sound, and when directly used on someone or something by physically touching them, it vaporizes them. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Look at what Bugs does to this character. This man is just a menace to society. He should be locked up, but I would be screaming free Bugs if anything happened. Another power I really liked was Popeye's. It's called Frame by Frame. It allows him to see the world and events happening as if they were being animated frame by frame. It's a power fit for one of the titans of the cartoon industry, and god, it's just so sick. Look at this panel, man. I know there's definitely a JoJo character that has the ability to do something like this. I just don't remember their name. This whole webtoon just makes me feel nostalgic and continues to keep me engaged because I want to see more of these powers and what certain cartoon characters can do. Like, hello? Scooby is literally shooting people with the blicky, bruh. He's doing it like it's nothing. Oh yeah, and also 5 from Codename Kids Next Door is in this, and who doesn't love Codename's Kids Next Door?
If you want to see the rest of your favorite cartoon characters in this webtoon, then you'll just have to read the series. I'm telling you, it's worth it, and it's on Webtoons for free.
Also, Kermit's in here, and Goku, so yeah. While we're talking about reading it, the concept itself is so unique and really engaging. Like I stated, you'll want to keep reading solely to see what the other character's Ballyho is, but the creator of this webtoon has a really great way of creating suspense and paying out the reader tenfold. In my intro, I talked about how every so often, the creator would give you a bone onto what's to come in the series, and they will continue to do that even in later chapters. For the longest time, we don't know much about what's going on or how these cartoon characters are existing in the world itself, but oh boy do you find out, and when you find out, you'll start to put the pieces together on everything, and it will all make sense. When you start the series, you might just see it as another way to display these cartoon characters in a battle shonen, but you will learn that this story is a lot more about the destruction of a society and what is truly right and wrong. Also, the character development is really interesting because as the story progresses, the characters obviously get better, but actually so does the art style, which is really an interesting approach. In the first few chapters, there's not a lot of tone to it. It's very shaded lightly and the drawings look half-assed. Eventually it starts to get more serious when it comes to the plot. When you start to see Mickey, all the pages start to get shaded differently and just gets overall darker. If you need more evidence, here's a panel from the first chapter, and here's a panel from the latest chapter on May 25th. It's a unique approach that you'll enjoy if you like the little details in anything. Also, this story will get serious and make you start to feel empathy for these characters. I think a huge reason for this is the fact that we are all used to cartoon characters always being happy and never really having to deal with the idea of death or losing someone close to them in their show. It's a real eye-opener and shocker when you realize that these spoof characters you are reading aren't the cartoon characters we all love so much. They resemble them, but they have been through hell and back and have lost people that they love. This is going to be a spoiler that's a few chapters deep into the series. It's about 30 or 40, but you'll get there in like an hour. So here's your warning. While Yogi is training Shag to gain the abilities of Ballyho, Yogi has a moment moment when Shag is talking about rescuing his friend Scoob. Yogi then starts to recall the past and state this:
"Am I getting slower? Boo boo." Even though the sentence is very short and it doesn't seem like a lot, the panels themselves show a lot of emotion and actually give you some insight onto the character. If you don't know or never watched Yogi Bear growing up, shame on you. And secondly, Bobo's pretty much Yogi's companion in the show. He's pretty much Yogi's consciousness and pretty much tells Yogi what is right and what's wrong and leads him on in life because Yogi himself just does whatever he wants. Boo Boo is just always there for him and cares for him very much, like a best friend should. And that's a big reason why this fight is so important in the series. It shows us a bit more perspective on what might have happened to these cartoon characters and how dark the show could really get.
It's just that the humanistic approach to these characters are so important to what makes this story so great. You'll start to feel for these characters and you'll eventually end up choosing sides on which ones you like the most and which ones you don't. If you want to read Scoob and Shag, now is a great time to finally catch up with the series. Even though it's been going on for a few years now, it recently just finished part 1 of the series that accumulates up to 100 plus chapters of content. It's honestly a really quick read. I pretty much read it all in about 3 to 4 hours, but I'm telling you, it's worth your time. Also, if you end up donating to the creator's Patreon, for $10, I believe you get to have a little figure that he will draw in his art style on the bottom of the chapters. I think they're really cute. I'm going to be doing this, so if you see I'm Hitch on the next Scoob and Shag chapter, hey, you know it was me. If y'all end up reading this, please comment down below. I would love to discuss the story with y'all and hopefully make some more content on the series as well. With that being said, guys, my name's I'm Hitch, aka Joe. Thank you so much for staying this far into the video. I appreciate you. You are helping me complete my dream of one day doing this as a full-time job. With that being said, have a great day, y'all. Peace.
That's all, folks.